Hello everyone. In the previous classes, we have learned different types of data and covered quite a few data structures, something like list and dictionaries. So these were nothing but a format or a style in which you could store a collection of data. All right. So in this particular session, we are going to cover another type of structure which is called as sets. So just like you have lists, tuples, and dictionaries to store a group of data or a collection of data together in different styles, in the same way, even the sets are one of the formats in which you can store the data. So let's try to understand what set is, where do you use sets, how do you store values in sets, and how are you gonna access the values in sets. So let's get started. In mathematics, I'm pretty sure in your senior secondary schooling, you would have learned what a set is. So I can say maybe set 1 equals to, if I create this as one set and this as second set, so it is quite evident from what I'm writing here. A set is always a collection of unique objects. Okay, a set doesn't allow the duplicates value to be stored in itself, unlike list. So if I create a list here, so something like my favorite numbers, if this is my list, I can store 2 3 4 comma 4 comma 4 5 8 comma 8 comma 9 comma 10. You can see here, although it is a collection of data which I'm storing in a list, although there are different values, but there are duplicacies. You can see here that 4 is stored multiple number of times, 10 is stored multiple number of times. In same way, even the 8 is stored multiple number of times. This being list, if I make tuple, even the tuple allows the duplicate values to be stored. And same way, even if you make a dictionary out of it, where you are storing this value as a key value pairs or something, you can still have the duplicate values. But when it comes to sets, you cannot have duplicate values. And mind you, even if I make duplicate values here, you can see here that I am uh, providing duplicate values. If I try to print set, you will see that only the unique values are retained. The duplicate values are always dropped, right? So this is what a set is. So just like list and tuples, set is also a sequence type of data, a data structure wherein you can store collections of data, whether it is integer or a float or a string. You can store multiple uh, values in it, but you cannot store duplicates. Even if you store duplicates, the set will transform itself in such a way that only the unique value, only one copy of each content is retained in it. Okay, that is what set. So how do we create set? As you know, the list is created by square brackets. The tuples are created out of parentheses. The dictionary are created out of curved brackets, the curly brackets, but it is key value pairs, multiple key values pairs separated by a comma, right? In a same way, the set, if you have to create set are created by curved brackets or curly brackets. You can also call it flower brackets, and different values are stored in it, separated by comma, just like list and tuples. However, remind you, even the dictionary uses flower brackets, even the sets uses flower brackets, but in set we do not store the content in a key value pair. Rather, we store in a uh, sequence manner, all separated by comma, right? So this is set. Remember, since set has the tendency to drop duplicate items, so if I try to print this set here, you will observe that a set doesn't have the underlying positions, just like you have underlying positions for list and tuples, wherein You can access individual element with respect to its position, whether you want to access the first position or the second position, or if you want to come from the reverse direction, -1, -2 positions you want to use. You cannot do that in set. If you want to see here, you can see that if I print set2, you'll get the content, but if I try to print the 0th element, you will not be able to get it because it is not subscriptable. Okay, why so? Because they're not, they don't have positions. Okay, they are jumbled up, they're random. The whole intention of having a set is just to store unique values, to maintain one copy of each data. That is all. So if you want to maintain a database wherein you're only concerned with maintaining the unique copy of each data, then you can have it here in the set. Okay. Now let's try to understand how do you uh, update the values in set, how do you remove the value in set. Okay, because once we have created a set something like this, I can have maybe x as set. Okay, x is a set wherein you are maintaining all odd numbers, 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 comma 9 comma 11, right? And then I have another set called as y equal to, with, let's create this set as a set of even numbers, 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma 10 comma 12, right? Now if I want to add something in x, so if I try to print x here at the moment, you will get the same data as it is. Okay, however, if I want to add something in x, I can write x dot add. Okay, this is something I can do. So I can write add 13, right? Now if I run this, you can see that 13 has been added. In the same way, if I have to add another value in a set, maybe 15, I can add 15 also. So remember, I am writing that variable name which is pointing towards a storage location, and then on this data I am operating a function called as add. Remember, these are very specific functions, or these are very specific methods which are provided to individual data type. List has its own, something like append, extend, insert, remove, pop, etc. Your string has its own, so something like replace, strip, split, uh, and your dictionary has its own, and even your sets has its own. So add is one of these sets own methods. Okay, so if I run this, you will see that 13 and 15, one after the other, has been updated here. Got it? Now, there are more functions that you can operate on sets. So these are called as methods or functions. Okay. For example, if this is my data and I want to know what is the common elements in between them. So maybe I can write here x comma intersection y. So this is going to give me all the common elements between the set x and set y. If I try to print this out, you will see that it is empty set. But if I make any common element, something like 2 comma 4 comma 2 comma 4 comma 6, you shall see that 2 comma 4 comma 6 has been given. Got it? And if I write union, what happens is the combination of both. A set will be provided to you wherein all the elements of this and all the elements of this shall be provided to you. You have gotten a union here, right? It is as good as the normal sets that we have learned in the mathematics in our high school. So if I show you sets operations in maths, all that you see here is what the set is all about. So you have a collection of uh, let me let me show you up here. Yep, maybe we can go to this particular image and try to zoom in here. Yeah, so as you can see here that this is one collection of content, this is another collection of content, and if you want a union, then you get one sample of each collection from both the data sets. If you are looking for an intersection, you get only the common elements. If you are looking for difference, then you get only that particular one. So We have seen union. We have seen intersection. I think there's a spelling mistake here. Yep. Yeah. So you get the intersection. But if you want a difference also, what it means is x difference y. That means what is there in x which is not there in y. Okay, so this operation difference, this is what you get. If I run this one, you get 1 3 5 7 9 11. This is something very specific to x which is not in y. In the same way, if you want it other way around, you can make it y difference x. What this does is it is going to give you those values in a form of a set which are there in y but not in x, something like this, right? I hope that's clear to you. Okay, now the next thing is, although this is set, you can also get certain value like if you want to calculate the length of what is the length of set, just like you can calculate the length of your list, just like you can calculate the length of your tuples, you can also calculate the length of your set. I will use the length function here. Within the length function, I will pass my set, and it says 9. So there are 9 values. There are 9 values. So what we just learned is, it's a, of course, it's a very small topic. Set is as good as list or tuples. It's a collection of contents, collection of values, data. The data could be the integers like this, or the data could also be uh, some other data type, something like string, like orange, mango, grapes, wow, right? And it could also be a collection of mixed type, something like Aditya 25 1132. Okay, so this is all about set. So set could be mixed, it could be one type or it could be another type. But why do we have sets? One major difference that differentiates sets from the other type of data structure, it is that it stores only unique values. It doesn't allow duplications. Second is, it doesn't have underlying positions just like your list and tuple, so you cannot access one element at a time, or the last element, or any sequence, or if you want to access certain elements in a form of a range, you cannot do that in set. Okay, yes, that's about set. So you can store your data in this particular format.